Next up, consent agenda. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the consent agenda as presented, including approval of minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting on October 13th, 2025, approval of the proposed accounts for payment, approval of budgetary receipts and expenditures for October 2025, approval of Committee of the Whole minutes for October 27th, 2025, approval of Board Retreat minutes October 27th, 2025, approval of option students, approval of policy, the third reading of policy 5413, student interviews, approval of the resignation of Josh Barnard, special education, BD.
Can also add excuse.
And excuse the absence of Aaron Hamilton.
All right, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jason, do you have a treasurer's report for us?
I do. Expenditures for the month of October payroll was $1,892,290.94. Bills were $2,439,823.20, which brought the grand total of all funds for bills to $4,332,114.14. Revenue for the month was $4,330,432.12, and we're on track for where we should be.
Okay, perfect. Are there any items the board would like to take off for discussion or further discussion? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? Motion passes. Next up, outstanding recognition, employee of the month, Dr. Nielsen.
Okay, I'm going to invite Mr. Stengel and Ms. Faber on up, and I will let them present.
Go ahead and ask Mrs. Weiss, come on up.
No questions asked.
Congratulations to our November Employee of the Month, Mrs. Tara Weiss, Secretary of the Beatrice Middle School. Mrs. Weiss embodies what it means to be the welcoming heart of Beatrice Middle School. She's often the first person students, families, and visitors encounter, and she sets a positive tone from the moment they walk through the door. With a warm smile, calm presence, and genuine care for others, she ensures each person feels valued and supported. Tara is dedicated to building meaningful relationships with students. She takes the time to learn their names, their interests, and who they are beyond the classroom. Students know they can come to her not only with questions about daily routines or schedules, but also when they need someone to listen. Over the past few months, Tara has gone above and beyond in her role. While her office counterpart has been out, she seamlessly took on added responsibility of managing online registrations, a task she handled with efficiency and grace. She steps in wherever needed, whether that means assisting a sick student in the nurse's office, answering parent calls, or helping staff behind the scenes to make their day run smoothly. Her selfless work ethic and willingness to jump in without hesitation makes her an invaluable team member. Tara consistently keeps students' best interests at the forefront of her decision making, and her actions reflect a deep commitment to our school community. Our school is more welcoming, organized, and caring place because of Tara's dedication. She is the heartbeat of our front office, the quiet, steady support that helps our building operate smoothly each day. We are grateful for your service, Tara, and proud to recognize you as the Beatrice Middle School November Employee of the Month.
That was nice. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
And I got something for you too, Tara.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh, where at? Where we go?
He's
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tara.
Thanks.
All right, next up is the information portion, and we will start with the student update. Brooke.
Beatrice Elementary hosted their first family event sponsored by the PTO, including a trick-or-treat trail with 20 businesses or groups offering treats, and over 600 people attended. They also won the school-wide monthly door decorating contest and thanked Fat Rabbit Produce for donating pumpkins for this event. Be on the lookout for fun new fundraising activity they are going to do to raise funds for our school's PTO. The preschool is beginning a new literacy program for 4-year-olds, focusing on the science of reading through play. All staff attended an in-service last week and are eager to implement new literacy ideas. Elementary staff are emphasizing literacy growth by monitoring progress weekly and are seeing major improvements. Students are working on a literacy project called Beanstack, which encourages at-home reading. They hear that students are at home reading and try to get minutes. Their current challenge is to read 100 minutes in November. Overall, there are a lot of exciting developments at the elementary. Beatrice Middle School is beginning the second quarter sports seasons with boys basketball and girls wrestling. About 40 boys are participating, and the girls wrestling team has 22 athletes. BMS will host a Veterans Day Assembly tomorrow, starting at 8:25 a.m. The guest speaker will be the board's own Mr. Eric Book. Teachers have dedicated much of the fall to professional development. Language arts, reading, special education teachers, and administrators have been taking the Science of Reading course to strengthen instruction and support the state's goal of 75% of students meeting benchmarks by 2030. Beatrice High School has completed the first quarter, and staff are proud of students' progress and achievements so far. A November Blitz competition is underway, where each grade aims for 97% or more of students passing all classes by November 25th. Grades meeting or exceeding this target will earn off-campus privileges on Freedom Friday each week of December. The high school will be hosting a Veterans Day ceremony tomorrow at 10 a.m., followed by cookies and coffee. All sports have concluded, and softball has finished as state runner-up and set a school record with 67 home runs. Gary Lytle has stepped down after 7 years as head coach, and Ashley Ford, who has assisted the past 2 seasons, will take over. Coach Keiser is retiring from coaching after football after 21 years across 3 different schools. Additionally, at the state cross-country meet, 2 boys, James Gibbon and Tyler Scott, finished in the top 30 runners. The boys' tennis team qualified in every division at state. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brooke. And congratulations on volleyball, or softball this year. I don't know why I was thinking
Thank
that.
you.
Next up, board reports, committee of the whole. Doris.
The Board of Education Committee of the Whole meeting was held on Monday, October 27, 2025. One of the things discussed was Mrs. Timmerman and Mr. Voigt highlighted the strategic plan and specifically the following goals they are focusing on for the 25-26 school year, including strengthening Tier 1 practices, decreasing office referrals in a positive manner, and 80% of the students at or above grade level. Next, Mr. Alexander shared that the NDE's federal text audio review is now requiring every school district to add a travel section to the policy. And he also then thanked us for the conversation and participation during the board retreat. That ends my report.
All right, thanks, Doris. Is there a stance report, Jason?
First meeting for stance has been scheduled for this Thursday, so we'll be at NCSA having our first meeting, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay. Next up, negotiations committee. And so the negotiations committee, myself, Doris, and Aaron met with the teachers group on October 28th and just discussed some initial survey results that the teachers had sent out. And really that was the extent of that first meeting. And we're looking to schedule a second meeting now that we have insurance rates and all that kind of good stuff. Probably be sometime after Thanksgiving. Staff relations committee, Eric.
Thank you. On October 16th at 11:45, Charles and I met at the elementary school in the teacher's lounge for our staff meeting. There were no real issues for concern discussed during this meeting. It was mostly small talk amongst the teachers, which sometimes is just as productive. We were fortunate enough, though, to get to see a parade of first graders come through, all dressed as characters from a story they were reading. I think that was the highlight of the meeting. I've said before, the value of these meetings are very great. Even when not much is discussed, it's important just to show that we're there. And if they need to discuss issues, that we care, and that we're very approachable at these meetings. I think that's important. And also, seeing the inner workings of a day at the school for board members is very valuable to us, reminding us as to why we're doing this. I know sometimes I see almost a look of shock on the teachers' faces when they walk into the lounge and they see us sitting there and they're like, oh, what'd we do? You know? And I know despite all the efforts from Chuck, we didn't get a single compliment from the teachers, even though he's practically begging for compliments. Right? Not a single compliment. But in all seriousness, it's always a pleasure to spend time with Chuck and our teachers at these meetings. And so we're looking forward to our next one this Thursday. So at 11:45 at the Teachers Lounge at the middle school. We'll be there ready to take notes and any compliments if any teachers want to come bring compliments for the board. We're looking forward to that, and I'll report back to the board at our next meeting, and that will end my report.
All right, thank you, Eric. Next up is a public forum. Time for comments. Seeing that no requests or nobody here to speak, we will move on to the discussion portion. We will start with the first reading of policy 3132, internal controls. Mr. Alexander.
So as you heard from the Committee of the Whole report, the NDE's Federal Desk Audit Review is now requiring every school district to add a travel section to their controls policy. Under the new required section, travel expenses paid by or reimbursed from federal grant awards must be reasonable. And this new requirement is evidently largely driven by the federal administration's focus on eliminating wasteful tax spending. So that's the reason for the new policy, or the addition to the policy in 3132. And as a result, all schools will need to update their internal controls policy. It's not just Beatrice, it's every school in the state will be updating their internal controls policy. So just a reminder, that will show up again in the next 2 meetings.
Okay, perfect. Next up is the action portion, and we will start with approval of tax general obligation refunding bond series 2010B payment. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve a payment of $1,729,050 for the tax general obligation refunding bond series 2010B.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Mr. Alexander.
Okay, so that's a long motion with a lot of big words in it, and this explanation is going to have a lot of big words in it too. But this general obligation bond payment has been in the works since 2010, when the district was awarded quality school construction bonds through the Build America bonds. So way back in 2010, these QSCABs, or quality school construction bonds, were awarded, and you had to put an application in through the NDE. The NDE then approved that. BPS was approved to utilize the QCPA, for Quality Construction Purpose Undertaking Fund, to do $1.68 million worth of projects within the district. So in the effort to take care of the buildings, which is something that we try to do, at that point I was not here, but the district decided to take care of some EFS on the high school that needed some updating, and roofing on 3 of the elementaries, the preschool, the middle school, and the district building. There was some middle school renovations in that, and then a portion of that $1.68 million also went towards the stadium project. So that money in 2010 was all designated toward those projects across the district. It was on a very low interest loan, and now 15 years later, what happens is there's what's called a bullet payment that is due that we have to pay. And you've heard me talk about this before, but I just wanted to elaborate for our friends that are listening out on TV land. But the little interest of $49,000 or $48,300, the annual bond processing fee of $750, and the total bullet payment brings the total amount to $1,729,050. So we refinanced a callable portion of that bond in 2020, and so we're still paying on that callable portion until 2030, if enough money gets built up in that QC Puff project, we can pay that off early if we want to. So that's still out there, but this will pay that $1,729,050 QC Puff bond that's been sitting there, and the district's been had borrowed the money to do those projects, got the projects done, and now it comes time to pay it 15 years later.
And we've been budgeting for these.
Correct.
This payment.
Yep.
All right, any other questions, discussions on this payment? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? Motion passes 6-0. All right, next up, acceptance of board member resignation. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 accept the resignation of Marissa Centeno, school board member, effective immediately.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric, and I'm going to have Marissa go ahead and read her resignation.
It is with mixed emotions that I submit my resignation from my position as the member of Beatrice Board of Education effective immediately. Our family's timeline to leave the country has unexpectedly been moved up, and as a result, I am no longer able to fulfill my duties to the board and our district community. Serving on the board has been an incredible honor, and I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to contribute to the education and well-being of our students, our families, and our staff. I have a great respect for the work that continues and the dedication of everyone involved in supporting our schools. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this important mission, and I wish the district continued success and progress in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. Thank you for the short amount of time you've been able to serve with us, and we appreciate that time and hope that everything goes well with you and your family in your future.
Thank you.
I would just echo that and say thank you for being willing to put your name on the ballot and volunteer for this position that is very important for the kids of our community, and appreciate what you've done and the perspective you brought to us as a school district and a board of education. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say serving with Marissa was an honor. She loves kids, and she is a true leader, and she will be missed.
And I'll say I was so excited when I saw your name on the ballot that first time, being able to get you on. It is a profound regret that to approve the resignation.
Okay. Can we have your votes, please, on the motion? And motion passes. All right, next up, following right after the resignation, discuss, consider, and take action on the process to fill the board member vacancy. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Beatrice Board of Education discuss, consider, and take necessary action on the process to fill the board member vacancy.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Eric. Okay. So obviously there are some state statutes that direct us in some ways on how we fill a board vacancy. One of the key things within the state statute, it's 32-570. Any vacancy in the membership of a school board or of a school district described in, which does not nominate candidates at a primary election and elect members at the following general election shall be filled by appointment of a qualified registered voter by the remaining members of the board for the remainder of the unexpired term. So essentially we're looking at about a 3-year term. So is that correct, Marissa? You were 1 year and so 3 more years. So we have the option to appoint a board member to fill Marissa's term. But again, they just have to be a registered voter in the district. So that's essentially the process that we can go through within this.
I think that it's important that we look first to people who have served on the board. I think it's important that it's somebody that's been willing to put their name on the ballot, who has shown they have the support of the community. And I think particularly since we have a couple of people that just left the board, I would think it would be good to at least ask them if they would consider filling out the term.
And Doris, I know, not trying to age you here, but being the longest member of the board, that has been kind of the precedent that has been set in the past was appointing a former board member when there was a
We've done
vacancy?
it a couple of ways, but we did one time reach out to a person who had served on the board, and they were able to, kind of jump right in. And I guess for me, the really important thing is, I think it needs to be a person that has the support of the community. And honestly, last time we had 3 people run for 3 spots. So I think sometimes we have looked, I know we've looked if there had been, number 4 position, we would look to them, but we cannot do that in this particular case. I think that's something we've done. So I think it would behoove us to look to people that have served faithfully and have the support of the voters in Gage County,
And I agree with.
or School District 15.
I agree with Doris. That would have been, maybe the next best thing is if there was a 4th person on that ballot to look to them, but we didn't have that luxury. So we were kind of stuck at that, point there. So, I guess my personal opinion would be to, kind of look at least the past 2 board members that served and potentially judge their interest and see if they are interested in serving the remainder of Marissa's term for 3 years. That's just my opinion, but open to other opinions on the board. Discussion.
I agree. Yeah.
Can I amend my motion?
Charles, do you have anything to?
I agree.
Okay, I'm going to amend it to, I move that the Beatrice Board of Education discuss, consider, and take necessary action on asking Lisa Pieper and Janet Byers as former board members if either of them is interested in filling the vacancy.
Okay, we have an amendment. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. I guess the only question I would ask is if one of the 2 of them are, or if they're neither interested, then I would assume then at that point, then we, kind of think about and take nominations from other board members, have discussions with, appropriate people, and then we bring those forward to the next meeting. Is that appropriate?
Yep.
Any other questions, comments? All right, can we have your votes on the motion with amendment to first have discussions with Lisa and Janet? And that motion passes. Okay. And then we will bring, so myself and or Doris will have discussions with Janet and or Lisa in the next couple weeks, and we'll bring that information forward. Probably not at a Cal meeting, the next board meeting. And then we can vote at that point. I guess if neither are interested, then I will notify the board of that so that we can start thinking about other potential members to have discussions with. Does that sound good? Good. All right, next up, Administrator's Report. Mr. Alexander.
So first of all, and most importantly, just happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. And Eric, happy Veterans Day to you tomorrow. Thank you for your service. Appreciate also you being willing to cover the speech at the middle school tomorrow. That'll be,
I can't wait. I'm excited.
I'm excited to hear it.
Limit?
A little bit, yeah. 20 minutes, but if it's a little bit over, that's okay. But 20 minutes. If it's little, it's over, it's okay. You keep saying that. Is it 20 minutes? But I'm excited, yes. It's an honor.
It's always a special day for our school and our students and our community, and it's really one of the neatest things to see our community come together on and do for our veterans. So appreciate you being willing to do that. ESU number 5 Superintendent Roundtable call is on Wednesday morning, so basically that's just a Zoom call with all the area ESU 5 superintendents. We'll be discussing various topics that the ESU helps us with. Stance meeting on Thursday, as you heard me talk about that. State School Board Convention is next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I just want to send a special congratulations to all of our fall activities on their accomplishments. Brooke, it was very nice to watch the girls softball team and go back to back and at least have a chance for that. Didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but we greatly appreciate your efforts on the field as well. It was fun to watch. along with all of our kids and activities that participated. It's just nice to see our kids get to be kids and do the things they love to do. So, and our coaches, we're losing a couple of good coaches, and that's unfortunate, but for good reasons. We understand that they are making choices that benefit them and their families, so we wish them well and thank them for their service as well. With that, 25 days left in the second quarter, which is hard to believe. We met with Mr. Ford this morning, and he filled us in on that, and 2 of those days are half days. So before we know it, well, if you're not singing Christmas carols, you will be soon. So it's been a good start to the school year.
All right, thank you, Jason. Notification of the next meeting. The next regular board meeting of the Board of Education will be December 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the Administration Building. There will not be a Committee of the Whole meeting in November. An agenda for the meeting, which shall be kept continually current, is readily available for public inspection at the Superintendent's office during normal business hours. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 adjourn.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. And your votes, please. And we are adjourned. Thank you.